The Japanese pilots sink or badly damage 8 battleships, 3 cruisers, and several other smaller ships. Only 29 Japanese planes are lost. Over 2,400 Americans are killed.
臨時ニュースを申し上げます。臨時ニュースを申し上げます。西太平洋においてアメリカ・イギリス軍と戦闘状態に入れ。
The news of a great victory at Pearl Harbor is announced early in the morning. The new Prime Minister, General Hideki Tojo.
The key to success lies in a faith in victory. For 2,600 years since it was founded, our empire has never known a defeat. It is time for the 100 million of us Japanese to sacrifice everything for our country's cause.
Housewife Tei Fujiwara.
I was so surprised at the news. I jumped around our garden with my baby, shouting, "Oh God, oh God, let us put faith in the army."
12-year-old Yoshitaka Kojima is at school.
We heard the footsteps of our teacher coming into the classroom. I was class leader and gave the order to stand up and bow. The first thing our teacher said was Japan started the war against America and Britain. All of us were so excited, clapping our hands with joy.
The force that attacks Pearl Harbor includes 5 mini-submarines. 4 are destroyed and 1 captured. Its commander is the first Japanese prisoner of war, Ensign Kazu Sakamaki.
My willingness to die goes without saying. Becoming a prisoner is inexcusable, even when we are unarmed. To bite with teeth and to fight to the last is the Japanese spirit.
With Japan's plan for Asian conquest now underway, the British colony of Hong Kong is vulnerable to attack. The headquarters of the Royal Navy's China Station Fleet, it is a symbol of Western domination over Asia. Chief of Operations, 25th Japanese Army, Colonel Masanobu Tsuchi.
Japan's next great mission is to bring the blessing of freedom to the natives of South Asia. To these people, the Westerners are mere armed robbers, while we Japanese are their brothers. So we must beat them into submission.
Japanese forces capture Hong Kong on Christmas Day, 1941. There are also invasions of the Philippines, Burma, and British Malaya. The greatest prize of all lies at the tip of the Malayan Peninsula, Singapore, the bastion of the British Empire in the Far East. Colonel Masanobu Tsuchi to the invading troops.
When you encounter the enemy, regard yourself as an avenger, face to face at last with your father's murderer. Here before you is the man whose death will lighten your heart of its brooding anger. The present war is a struggle between races. We must achieve our just demands, with no thought of mercy to Europeans.
The enemy forces at the fort of Singapore was forced to surrender to the Japanese forces in Malaya at 7:50 p.m.
With the capture of Singapore, Japan inflicts a humiliating defeat on the British Empire. The Japanese army overwhelms a British force twice its size. More than 100,000 British and Empire soldiers surrender.
Singapore has fallen. Singapore has fallen.
February the 19th, 1942. In another daring strike, the same force that hit Pearl Harbor surprises the Royal Australian Navy at Darwin. Eight ships are sunk and over 240 people killed. The Japanese have also begun an invasion of the Dutch East Indies. Their dream of imperial conquest is almost complete. Six weeks later, after steaming 4,000 miles across the Indian Ocean, the same fleet also surprises the Royal Navy at Colombo in Ceylon. 500 British seamen are killed. Japan's new empire now spans more than a fifth of the globe, including Asia's vital oil fields. The Diary of Sei Ito.
When I heard the military song, "We Never Stop Advancing," my heart was pounding with excitement. I rejoice with the victory. For we Japanese to be accepted as a first-class nation, we have no option but to fight against the first-class Westerners.
The High Command in Tokyo is convinced that the remains of the U.S. Pacific Fleet can be destroyed in one big decisive battle. The place they choose is the small Pacific island of Midway. On the 4th of June, Japanese planes attack. Combined Fleet Commander Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto.
In the first year of war with America and Britain, I will run wild and win victory upon victory. But then, if the war continues after that, I have no expectation of success.
The Americans have broken the Japanese naval codes. This time it is the Japanese who are surprised when U.S. planes ambush their fleet. 4 of Japan's aircraft carriers are sunk and more than 300 aircraft are destroyed. But Radio Tokyo announces another great victory.
Our attack has punished our arrogant enemies, America and Britain. They are now terrified of us. We should all celebrate this great victory.
The truth of the defeated Midway is hidden from the Japanese people. The real casualty figures are withheld. For the High Command in Tokyo, it is a military disaster.